Now, I've got about 15 questions and about a minute and a half. So I thought I would just take a couple of them now, and we'll return to the themes after the next two speakers. So I guess there's one here, views on the quality of communication between clinical staff, care coordinators, etc. Do you think this is due to reduced staffing, shortage of money, or is it a human failing? Any of the panel? Why are communications so bad?
I'm not sure that it's due to lack of money. I think it's in my experience it's the two, certainly the community team and the hospital team don't seem to consider themselves as separate, as totally separate teams. It's I don't know, maybe it's a sort of a traditional thing. Maybe there have been long-term kind of differences between community and hospital. Right.
Catherine, what do you think?
Thank you. I think some of it is to do with systems and having actually IT systems which work. That's something that we're certainly looking at in our trust at the moment, about how we record information, how that information is passed across. I think there's a danger that we can become obsessed with lots of filling in of different forms, and here's a new form, you need to do this now. And not communicate effectively. And I think it's not so very long ago when we didn't have all these different teams, and actually patients would have the same consultant, the same team looking after them. And that's the danger. That's the danger that people do fall through the net. And I think when there are limited resources, people become defensive about saying, well, no, they're not ours, they're yours, and you take responsibility for this. In terms of, as I said, when we look into serious untoward incidents, communication is always mentioned every single time. And I think the reasons are multifactorial.
So it's something we obviously have to tackle in our report. Direct one here for Ros. Where was the psychotherapeutic care in your story?
It's a good question. Absent.
And I guess a couple of questions about medication versus therapy. Anthony, what do you think?
Medication versus therapy. I can only speak from experience. Medication works well for me because when I'm unwell, it's like information overload. There's a lot going in. So I see my medication, my depot injection, as being like a firewall. And it's updated every month. So it keeps me well, and there's a balance and act, isn't there, between the weight gain and the lethargy and all the rest of it, but it's the price we pay for staying out of hospital.
But the therapy?
CBT, I believe, is making inroads, but I'm not too sure with schizophrenia. But
so it's not something that you've particularly benefited from?
No, I've thought about some of the talking therapies and group therapies, and but I've never really gone any further than that.